hi everyone, and I'm delighted to say we're joined by two people from the Ramsbottom Pantry today, who are going to be one of our three charities that we're donating to for our Ramsbottom Be the Rams fundraising running challenge. So joining me is Joe and Bev. First, thanks for coming on. And if you can start off by just telling us a little bit about the charity and the work that you do within the community.
Well, we're not actually a registered charity yet. We're a community group. We basically started in October at the half term when it was the scandal about the school dinners. And we just thought that we was going to be helping families provide school packed lunches. But then it quickly evolved, not knowing that Ramsbottom needed a food bank. We just asked for donations and we got inundated with donations. We gave them from a garage for the first 2 weeks. And then we quickly had to get some premises to work from. We got Christchurch and the cricket club because we couldn't have consecutive days because of groups already on there. And basically it's just grown into a monster. It's evolved so much. And that's what, so we've gone from giving out 9 packs a week to giving out nearly 50 packs a week. So we help families with food packs, cleaning packs, toiletry packs. We don't just, there's no criteria. There's no type of person needs a food bank. So if you've been furloughed or, you're self-employed and haven't been able to work, we're here just to help. So, and then Joe is my PA. He does all the technical side of it.
I do the social media, the website, and keeping that maintained and trying to spread the name of the pantry. But we've grown. It's grown quite big, hasn't it, over the last 4 months or so.
And we've seen at Christmas time. We got that many donations. This Woodhay did a fantastic donation for us from the school. So we ended up with that much stuff. We ended up providing 45 food packs to our regular families, 15 gift packs. So that was presents for each child in that family and mum. We got 8 full contents of Christmas lunches donated from people who wanted to buy a family a whole Christmas lunch. The presents and everything, and we got some statements sent back for us. They gave us a little thank you, and it was just unbelievable, saying we literally made the Christmas because people's benefits was messed up, or people who had never claimed benefit before in their life, and it was taking that long to get it. So without our help, they wouldn't have basically had a Christmas or presents. Some families didn't get their payment till the 24th of December. And imagine having 3 children having to go and do your whole Christmas shop. And so they were so grateful, for the presents and things. And then obviously we started the new year with another lockdown, and we always expected we'd be a bit busier, but it's absolutely gone mental these last 3 weeks, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. And
we've just massively increased, and obviously we've realised now that we're not just a sticking plaster. We're not just there to fill a gap. We're obviously needed, and we want a more permanent premises, and that's where our GoFundMe, and that's where we are in the process of hopefully Rammy Rotary are being very supportive and really want to help us. So we are hoping to get a more permanent. There's loads of things to come. I can update you that when I know when it's more solid. I don't want to jinx anything. But we're also a member of the Bury Community Network group. So it's the whole borough of Bury that all the food banks within the Bury region, we have a WhatsApp group. So you we support each other. And, if somebody gets offered a washing machine or something, we'll put it in the group chat, are you supporting a family that needs anything? And we found that such a great help. But it also eliminates, you'll always get the odd chancer who might try going to one food bank on a Monday, a different one on a Tuesday. To be absolutely honest, in the 3 months we've been going, that's only happened once to us. So we can honestly say, I know that 90% of our families are in genuine need, and and we have made a difference, haven't we?
Yeah, I think the important thing you said there as well, Bev, where there's no type, is it, person, even more so at the minute with the situation we're in, it can affect anybody, can't it, at the moment?
Of course it can. It's like, and there used to be a real stigma, like, to a food bank, and people just associate people that use food banks are on benefits. It's absolutely not. We're finding more and more since January and the other lockdown, and I think this new variant, a lot of people are a lot scareder of going out, especially the older people. So we're having family members message us who are having to self-isolate and saying, could you get a parcel to my parents or my in-laws? And that's exactly what we wanted to be. That the thought of like older people being in and scared of going out and not getting shot. Not everybody's got family. People don't do neighbouring like they used to do in the old days, do they? I think the pandemic has brought out the good in people, and people are being a lot more helpful. But the fact that they now know there's somewhere they can contact and ask us to just take them, know they've got some food, and we're trying to make our packs a lot more nutritious by before every session we get bread. We get bread, milk, cheese, ham, potatoes, vegetables, and then about the chef.
Yeah, so Simon Wood has been doing it since the start of January. It was kind of in line with when the shocking photos of the £30 free school meal pack came out, and he started making recipes for kind of the staple non-perishable foods that often get donated to food banks. So what my mum and the volunteers have been kind of making sure that they do is it's not a case of throwing in a random tin of beans here and anything else here and there. It will be actual packs that can then be turned into daily meals across the week instead, so they can kind of set up a family. Yes. And we're hoping to kind of expand it as well further when we do have a bit more of a permanent base, and when obviously lockdown restrictions are eased and things get a bit back to some sort of normality. To, like my mum was saying, not just be food, but to help educate people and become more a community centre.
We've realised that the food is just the gateway into people's lives and realising they need help. So with us, Ramsbottom lacks a community centre. Is what I've found. So us being based at the church has been fantastic, because it's the nearest thing we've got, Ramsbottom, Christchurch and neighbourhood centre. And I'm surprised how many people didn't even know about that, where it was. So they actually have a cafe. The room we use in there is a cafe. So what we want to do is when the restrictions lift and we get our porter cabin to work from, we want to use the cafe and have it so like we can have a drop-in coffee morning, and they can come down, and it's more of a social thing, and we can have like talks, we can have mental health awareness, we can help with form filling. We want to be a real community drop-in centre for people that need support. It's so much more than just food that they need. And we've realised that, and like we said, food is just the gateway for us to get to the doorstep of realising these people, are struggling, and you're tackling two things as well. We've found food waste. The amount of stuff we get donated, which the more established we get, we can be registered with, supermarkets that get rid of their waste at the end of the day, restaurants. So if we can distribute it literally the day after to our families, you've got at least 3 days left on that food. So you're dealing with two things. You're dealing with waste and child poverty. And, people think Ramsbottom's affluent and we don't, but there's pockets everywhere, Yep. So but like I said, it isn't just about that. It's about anybody needing a bit of help at this moment in time because of the situation we've all found ourselves living in.
And yeah, it's definitely needed. Like you mentioned about that £30 meal, we all saw it, and it was nowhere near where it equated to that. It was just, I'm not into politics at all, mate, but it was ridiculous, weren't it? That
it was.
And I suppose one good thing that, as we said though, it is bringing people together more, and it is, as you, there's more community things going on. I've particularly seen in Ramsbottom. As you mentioned there's other places, other people as well helping out, and then we're getting involved now.
Ramsbottom, I've lived in Ramsbottom all my life, and I've had a shop in Ramsbottom, and I know the community really well. And the one thing is, they do really come together when there is a crisis. But the difference is asking. Is what I find. If you ask, you'd be surprised how much people will help. But a lot of people won't ask. So by having this, we can ask on their behalf, which I find is, it's a lot better for the people that need their help. And we're completely community based. So we rely on the community to help our community by our donations.
We've had a lot of help. Obviously, fantastic what you as the club are doing for us this month. And we've found that the businesses, everyone has come together to help as much as possible. We've had loads of donations, I think, even from some of the junior teams at Rami. They were kind of full team collections on training evenings and drop them round. So it's a massive help. And
we're getting, you learn so much each week of that we can get more things, and it's making it better. And like we said about trying to make our packs better than just giving tinned foods. So, but then if we can't, we try to make a bag up with a little recipe thing in it, so to show that you can make a substantial meal from tin pot of food, but it's about the nutrition side of it as well. And Morrison's, Alison at Morrison's, I've got to give a massive thank you to her. She's the store champion, and they've allowed us now, because that was the other thing we found since January. A lot of the donations dropped off, and obviously it was a combination of everything. January, everybody's a bit skint. The weather was awful. You don't really want to, and people don't want to go out because they're in lockdown, so they're only going out when they need to go out for their essential shopping. So us having that collection point in Morrison's has been such a great thing, because you're already in there getting your shopping, so you buy a few extra things, put it in the basket, and then we collect it on a Friday, and it just keeps us going, because you can walk in the room and think like, oh my God, we've got loads of stuff. And then in one session, you've done like 25 packs, and you turn around and it's gone. It's unbelievable how quick you do go through your stock. So that's why we need a constant, turnover of, the donations, everything. Just keep us going to be able to carry on helping, which is what we want to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And I guess all these donations then are so important for you to grow it, as you're saying, as we're aiming towards, like you said, a community centre in Ramsbottom.
Yeah.
It'd be brilliant to see in the future. Yeah,
we want it to be a pantry, but that, like I said, that's a whole new. We'll update that one when we get to that status. But we've got loads of ideas that we want to do. We've really realised this was just scratching the surface. We've really realised by being here that there is a need, and there's more than just, like I said, the food level. That's just the entry level into people's lives and the support, and which is what we want to be. So, and with the help of the community of Ramsbottom, hopefully we will be.
Yeah, fingers crossed. And it's definitely showing at the minute, in it, with everybody getting involved.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And like I said, Ramsbottom, I remember, never forget 5 years ago when we had them floods, and it was just like, everybody helped each other, didn't they? And it's just, there's so many things that people come together and help when needed. So and this has brought out, I hope people learn from the pandemic the good side of what people have brought out. So we've got to take the goodness out of it, haven't we?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I've definitely realised it. Like you say, in Ramsbottom in particular.
Yeah,
seems to be a real community spirit over there. And what is it like, Joe? Then being best PA, how does it?
It's been that way for 25 years.
I'm even on Twitter now, I'll have you know.
Yeah.
I know how to use it. Joe and Helen tell me that somebody's followed us or somebody's retweeted something, and I just said, good, I don't know what that means, but...
This is my mum's 4th Zoom call.
Yes. So, yes, I am 54 next month. This is my 4th Zoom call, so I hope you're impressed.
I am, yeah. I feel special now. Got it.
And you might have noticed I can talk for England, so it's not a problem.
So thanks for that. Thanks very much for coming on and explaining more about it. And I really hope, obviously, as many people get involved as possible with our thing, and anybody else who's helping. And like you say, all the community keeps coming together, which is a great thing that's come out of a bad situation, really, isn't it?
Of course it is. Exactly, yeah. And that's what communities are, isn't it?
Definitely.
You know? We'll give you a good shout out on our page.
Yeah, that's what. We'll give you one as well. I'll give you a personal Twitter account as well, Bev, if you want.
I was going to say that. Yeah, make sure you apparently is what to
say. Yeah. So thanks for coming on. Cheers, Joe, Bev, and the dog as well. We'll give a shout out to the dog. Yeah. So thank you very much, and let's hope we can raise as much money as we can for you.
Okay.
Cheers,
Thank
mate.
you.
Thank you very much.